Mom wants me to sign over $250K beneficiary check. My dad passed away recently, and it came to light that he named me as one of the beneficiaries on his life insurance policy. My mom says that it was a mistake and that I am not supposed to be a beneficiary, just my mom. She wants me to file for the money and sign the check over to her. I'm going to go through with it, because she is my mom and blah blah whatever. But the insulting part is that my mom says I can keep $5,000 from it to throw my wedding. I only have $2,000 from my own money because my partner and I are kinda broke. Is she being entitled? Or am I? Or both of us, lol. Edit. The reason why I think it is a mistake is because my younger sister is not listed as a beneficiary. Thank you all for the advice. This has really given me a different perspective on this money. I still have a lot to think about. At this point I'm thinking about investing the money in my name, and then sending my mom and sister a portion of the yearly dividends that I do not reinvest. Hopefully this will keep everyone happy. To answer a few questions. 1. My mom, brother, and I are all receiving a third of the payout. 2. I think the policy was drafted before my sister was born, which is why she is not a beneficiary. 3. My mom is also receiving his social security, the house, and savings, etc. I did not realize that I was going to receive any sort of inheritance in the first place. 4. My mom is a good person and a good mom, and we have a good relationship. I am worried this money will ruin that. Relevant comments. Wait, you said he listed you as one of the beneficiaries? Does that mean your mom was also listed? If so, she is already getting money from the policy, and is trying to snatch the rest of it from you? OP. Yes, she is also already receiving $250K. Comment. What are your main concerns for your mom? Like, what would you use this money for versus what would your mom use it for? OP. I think it's just retirement padding. She already has a $500K house, paid for in cash, a car, his social security, hers to follow later, and whatever savings they had. She says it's not a lot, but who knows? I ended up speaking with her about some of this last night, and she says that she was counting on this money for her retirement. Though when I pushed farther, my dad and her didn't talk about it at all over the 2-year course of his illness. I asked how this policy didn't come up in convo when they were talking about financial planning plus wills and stuff, if she was counting on it so heavily for her financial planning. She had no answer. And for those who asked, she told me there is no will. Comment. Hey, that's all fine and an extremely generous way to think, but you need to recognize something. Your dad named you to give you security and allow you to start your life. That was his choice, to support his daughter. That is your money, and a gift from him to you. Your mom may have been a great mom, but she knows leaving that money for you wasn't a mistake. She is trying to steal money that your dad gave to you, even if she has rationalized whatever reason for feeling entitled to it. And that is awful. How would your dad feel about this situation? Also, on the practical side of things, $250,000 is a lot of money. You seem to have a responsible plan for investing that money. I assume your mom is the beneficiary of most of the assets already, and that her own $250,000 of the life insurance policy is significantly less than that. Sorry for the assumptions here, but it seems pretty weird she would be so intent on getting your inheritance when presumably she is already getting a great deal more assets herself. The assumption I'm inclined to make is that she wants your inheritance in order to spend it. Either on debts or some enormous financial problem you don't know about, or on silly luxuries. Either way, I'm inclined to believe that money is much better off in your hands. That's enough to start building intergenerational wealth if you ever want to have kids. Frankly, if my assumptions are right, sorry again for even making them, that money in your hands will likely be better able to support your mother long term too, not that you should necessarily use it for that. Take the money. Invest it. Follow through on your plan. Also, she is your mom. She should not be trying to take money that she knows is yours. Period. That's terrible, and will need to be reckoned with eventually. Also, is your brother being forced to give up his inheritance too? Or just you? OP. Thank you for your response. Yes, she already has a $500,000 house paid for in cash. She is getting this $250K out of the blue, and her kids are broke as shit and in student debt. It's just so weird. I get the sense she doesn't have a lot of financial literacy. Because how could what she have not be enough already? Update. Oh boy. Well, some updates are due. First of all, thank you all for your concern and comments in my first post. It was helpful to hear your perspective on the money, and it definitely changed my view on the whole situation. To recap quickly, my dad passed away and he named me as a beneficiary on his life insurance policy. My mom says that it was a mistake and that I am not supposed to be a beneficiary, just my mom. She wants me and my brother to file for the money and sign the check over to her. On the policy, my mom is named at 34%, brother and I are named at 33%, and youngest sister is not named. It turns out that the policy was not made before my sister was born, which adds to the murkiness and confusion surrounding why my sister is not included. My guess is that my dad signed up for this policy and forgot my sister's social, thinking he would just come back to it later and revise, but never got around to it. He was bipolar and did things impulsively sometimes. I think this life insurance policy was one of them. Suggesting we slow down and talk about this policy more has made the bad guy in the family. My mom and brother think I am being selfish. It has gotten so tense that we have to discuss things via email because everyone is getting so emotional about it. My mom continues to insist that he made a mistake. She writes, when Dad took out this policy, his intention was for me, my mom, to have money to pay off the house, which is already paid off by the way, and have financial means to take care of the family. Dad would never ever intentionally exclude little sis from this scenario if his intentions were to split things between the family. I believe he completed the paperwork incorrectly because he didn't understand how to write the policy to support his intentions. I responded with a proposal. The three of us split the cost of my dad's medical bills for the past 2 years of his illness, hospice care costs, and the funeral. After that is settled, my brother and I split our portions into 3 so that my sister gets a share. She does not like this proposal and passive-aggressively told me to not bother paying her back for the medical or funeral costs. I also get the sense that she is trying to guilt-trip me because she keeps saying she can't afford to screen in her porch. Edit. Thank you all for your thoughts and comments, but feel like I have to address that my sister is 100% my full sister. My dad adored her. Also, we're the type of siblings that look like twins, not that it matters. Note: this last update was over a year ago. OP has not posted about this situation since.